So when you start asking the questions, you realize, well, it's all a charade. The emperor has no clothes. We pick who we're going to put our faith in, or whom, I don't know. Anyway, we decide where we're going to place our faith. And I would suggest I'm far more comfortable placing my faith in my neighbor farmer who is embedded in my community, who has a transparent operation that I can go over and visit, that doesn't have a bunch of no trespassing signs posted all over his property, and a security guard with a big wire and bouncers out front to guard his trade secrets. I'm much more comfortable with that system than I am a host of HACCP plans and bureaucratic stuff from the state of the national capital. As if all bureaucrats are pure as a wind-driven slow too. So food safety really is subjective. I mean, you can go out today. I'm sure they even do this in California. You have deer hunting in California? You have deer hunting? Yeah, okay. So, you're considered a great Californian, a great American, okay? If you go out on a 70-degree day in late November and gut shoot a deer and drag it a mile through the squirrel dung and the sticks and the rocks and then put it nice and proud up trophy style on the front of your blazer and parade around town in the afternoon sun, and nobody asks you if it has Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, the deer equivalent of mad cow. Nobody asks you, put a temperature probe in and says, ooh, it's over 39 degrees, you can't eat that meat, I mean, nobody asks you. You can take it home, string it up in your backyard, wait a week, under the tree, the birds are roosting in it all week, and then skin it out, and you can feed it to your children. And you're a great patriotic American. But if you take 1 pound of butter from your cow, or you take a sheep that you've raised, or a chicken, or a pound cake you want to make, or some egg noodles, or a chicken pot pie, or a vegetarian pot pie for that matter, and sell 1 pound of it to your mother-in-law who lives outside the yard fence, you're a criminal. See, this isn't about food safety. It's about market access and controlling market access so that we make sure that Walmart doesn't have competition. We make sure that Tyson doesn't have competition, that Pilgrim's Pride doesn't have competition, that, whatever, they don't have competition. That's what this is about. And if we would free up the entrepreneurial, innovative, creative marketplace embedded in our community, you see, the industrial scale created things that were so humanly repugnant, that were not aesthetically and aromatically pleasant, that we zoned them out from our communities. And so the embedded butcher, baker, and the candlestick maker that were historically embedded in our villages and our communities, that were a part of that village commerce, and the transparency where everybody could see what went in the back door, or what went in the front door, what came out the back door. The butcher and the baker and the candlestick maker have been chased out of our communities and our villages, and when those economic sectors get placed outside the purview of people where nobody can see what they're doing, those sectors start taking social, economic, nutritional, and ecological shortcuts because they get disconnected from their patron base. And so ultimately, what we're trying to do, if we really want to close the carbon loop and to be able to take the solar energy that touches a place, metabolizes it into vegetation, harvest that vegetation either directly in food like squash or indirectly through meat, milk, poultry, whatever, and keep all of that carbon in the locale, recycle it in the locale, and feed the soil biota in the locale. Ultimately, we have to re-embed, reinsert at community-appropriate scale dimensions the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker in our neighborhoods and our communities. Then we won't be transporting food 1,500 miles from farm to plate. Then we will be reducing our energy, we will be having a nutrient-dense food, we will be eating fresh, and we will be discovering our kitchens and refinding our home as the hub of our life, rather than the home being just a pit stop between everything else that's important in life. And ultimately, that will be the answer for connecting us to our earthly umbilical, connecting us to our neighbors, and connecting us to the larger world. Because actually, we can't even fathom dealing with the larger world until we learn to live ethically and morally into part of it.